All right, a lot of people have been having a problem with the GeForce Experience and GeForce ShadowPlay recording, specifically that they can't get the privacy settings in order to record their desktops. Obviously, I'm having the same problem since I'm recording on my phone. Now, you can see I have the in-game overlay on. If I go into my settings and I go down here, there is no privacy setting for the desktop. It just ends at notifications. Now, I've seen some videos where people suggest that you turn the overlay off, you change languages, and then you turn it back on, and then that can somehow fix it. For me, unfortunately, it does not fix it. And then even if I turn it off, put it back into English, save it, and turn the overlay back on. I have even tried this where I turn it off, shut down the computer, turn the computer back on, come in here and turn it back on. That doesn't work. I have tried reinstalling GeForce Experience. Not only the version, what version is this? 3.24.15. I had the 14 version. This is a hotfix 15 version. So I tried the 14, uninstalling and reinstalling. I tried just reinstalling. I tried uninstalling, shutting down the computer, turning it back on, installing the version 15. None of that stuff worked. For a while there, I couldn't update drivers. Like I would check for updates, it said no updates, but I was back on a 428 version instead of this 451 that you see right here. Even when I had reinstall driver, it used to not say that downloading. It used to just say download failed. So even that was having a problem. And I've been able to do this on a different computer, on an Omen 17. Now, another suggestion that you're going to see people say is to come into your nVidia control panel, to manage your 3D settings, to force your global settings to be the high performance processor, basically your graphics card. You could even check in your Windows graphics, make sure that hardware accelerated GPU scheduling is turned on. I've tried that, starting and restarting and everything before and after and otherwise. I've tried having my dual displays because I have a display up here that I use also. I have tried doing the single display. It doesn't work. I've even tried dedicating the processor in PhysX, and that does not work. What's another one that people did? Oh, program settings. Choosing the program and forcing it to go from integrated graphics to high performance. Well, the problem is on your desktop is a different program. I believe it's called Desktop System Manager. Let's go back and look. Desktop Windows Manager. I went and found that file location, which is basically in System32, and it's dwm.exe. So I even tried to go into here, add that as a program, force it to use the fancy graphics card, clicked apply, didn't work, tried restarting the computer, didn't work. So all these other ideas I saw out there on the interwebs didn't work. And then I thought, okay, the problem is on an Omen 17 I can do it, but on an HP Pavilion Gaming 16 I cannot. And why is that? Well, that's because a Pavilion Gaming 16 has two graphics. It has the integrated graphics, and they do that for when you're browsing around the desktop or using a browser, internet browser. Low power equals low heat equals low noise. They don't need the fans, and it saves some battery. But then it has a second GeForce GTX 1660 for playing games when you really need it for 3D. All right, then I finally got the right idea. Device Manager, Display Adapters, Intel UHD Graphics, disable. Now, as long as you have a second graphics card, you're going to be fine. Now you're like, wait, what happened to all your stuff? Well, it moved up here onto this screen up here thinking that that's the main. So I can go into my display properties. Where's my mouse? There it is. I can go into display properties, settings. Now it's up here. And it's off to the left. There we go. So I like having the second screen up above. And we'll apply. And then I can make the first screen my primary, my main display. and then everything switches back down here. Or I could just unplug the second screen and everything would be fine again. Okay, now that that has happened, let's check and see what's going on. Settings, there's the in-game overlay, these settings, privacy control. Oh my goodness, all of a sudden there it is. Let's click on it, let's enable it, go back, done, X, close this, and now let's see if we can record. Alt F9. Oh hey, recording has been saved. Interesting. Now saved, why is it saved? I want it to start. Recording has been saved? Okay, I'm gonna have to check that one out too. All right, one thing I obviously forgot to do was to set where my recordings go. So I put it in my documents recordings, but it's still not recording there, and that made me realize I haven't restarted my computer or I haven't messed with the services. Like the Intel Graphics Command Center service is still running, and my guess is that the nVidia graphics display container local system have to be restarted down here. So rather than trying to do individual services in here, because I don't really know those exactly, I'm going to go ahead and just restart the computer. One other thing to watch out for when you do this, you might get the scale and layout explosion because it always starts at 150%. So if you have changed that, you might have to come back in and change it again. Alright, well, I fiddled with a couple of settings, and even now it's still not going to work. It's not saving actual videos, even though it looks like it's starting. And now it says recording has started, and then immediately recorded has been saved. Well, it's supposed to be saving out here on my desktop, and that's clearly not happening. Even if I were to change this folder, which is like the folder that I've always liked to use on my other computer, and that's in here where I have some recordings, doesn't go there either. Started and then saved, so nothing's actually happening. And now if I go into the NVIDIA control panel, basically all the other options are gone, which kind of makes sense because there's really nothing to be choosing from now. It's using only the 1660 Ti graphics, but it's still not able to record. Last thing I'm going to try, I'll try uninstalling and reinstalling one more time for the GeForce Experience and see how that goes. Alright, so here we are attempting a fresh install. You can see there are no programs for nVidia to be able to uninstall. There's nothing running in the system or in the tray. If I go into graphics, it should not be there. Desktop app, yep, they didn't find anything. So, and now just to appease all of the people who say go install the driver manually, I will do it that way. So rather than doing it through the GeForce Experience, I'm going to install the current driver. And yes, I've gone to the website, entered the correct information. 4451.77 is the correct one for Windows 10 64-bit, and this is a GeForce 1660 Ti. Okay, so we'll double click on that. I will install the driver and then we'll be right back. Alright, it's giving me the choice of the driver or the driver and the experience, so I'll go ahead and do the driver and the experience because we need that to try to do our screen recording. I'm going to do custom because I don't want audio, I don't want USB-C. Perform a clean install, yes. And I'll go ahead and leave the PhysX just in case we need that to do like dual screen. Okay, there it goes. Alright, and here we are at last. Everything's installed. Control panel, studio driver 451.77, GeForce Experience. All the settings are set up. Recordings should be showing up on the desktop. It's video capturing with all the settings that I've used before. Privacy control enabled to be able to do the desktop. Graphics settings are all set up and ready to go. Alt F9 and nothing happens. Doesn't even come up with the little ribbon in the corner. And no, it's not accidentally turned off in the notifications. All notifications are on. In fact, watch this. Turn the privacy control off. Try to record the desktop. Oh, hey, do you want to turn on desktop capture and start recording? Well, yes, I do, GeForce and nVidia. I would love to be able to record my desktop. But I can't. Because at this point, I have decided that your software just sucks. And I'm tired of it. So, GeForce Experience, Shadow Play, whatever the heck you want to call it, I am done. It worked on the Omen 17. It does not work on the Pavilion Gaming 16. And from the looks of the internet and all the problems all over the place, it does not work for a lot of people on a lot of machines. So, I'm going to something I know. I'm probably going to use Flashback Express because I've used that before. I like that I can record windows or full screen or a certain area of the screen. I like that it has a built-in editor and then I can save it to whatever file type I want that they support. No watermarks and free as far as I know. Obviously OBS Studio's out there. There's all kinds of other ones. Camtasia, all the famous ones. But I'm just done with you, GeForce. So really disappointed. Pretty sad that I have to go through all those hoops and jumps and try to do all these things and still none of them work. It works on that computer right there. Works fine. Doesn't work on this one. All because of integrated graphics, except that I turned those off and it still doesn't work. And now it won't even show up the ribbon and even pretend to start recording. So if you're out there, nVidia, fix it. Can't be that hard. It works on that one. Why can't it work on this one? It's not hard. All kinds of other people have figured out how to make recording software that works. So you can too. All right, that's it. Double busy, getting busy, do.